It began as a rumor, whispers of a secret government project trying to turn psychic vision into a weapon. But the truth, the project was real, and it was called Stargate. The story begins in the early 1970s at the height of the Cold War. American intelligence agencies had picked up something strange. Reports that the Soviet Union was spending millions researching psychic phenomena, telepathy, remote viewing, even mind control. The Central Intelligence Agency panicked. If the Soviets were training psychics to spy from a distance, the United States couldn't afford to fall behind. So they launched their own classified program, buried deep inside military intelligence, called Project Stargate. Its mission to prove whether the human mind could reach beyond the limits of the body. The experiments took place in secure rooms at Fort Meade in Maryland. Volunteers, some soldiers, some civilians, sat in near darkness, given only a set of coordinates or a target's name. They were told to relax, focus, and describe whatever came to mind. These sessions were called remote viewing, the supposed ability to see people, places, or events from thousands of miles away. At first, most scientists dismissed it as nonsense, but then something happened that changed everything. A participant named Ingo Swann accurately described details of a top-secret military site buried deep underground. Information that wasn't public and wasn't supposed to exist. When investigators checked, his drawings matched. Suddenly, the impossible didn't seem so impossible anymore. The Central Intelligence Agency brought in more subjects, including a man named Pat Price, a former police officer who could allegedly sketch classified Soviet facilities with shocking accuracy. In one case, Price described a huge gantry crane and mysterious spheres inside a Soviet base. Months later, satellite images confirmed his description almost exactly. Even hardened intelligence officers started to pay attention. Maybe the mind could really transcend space. Over the next 2 decades, Project Stargate expanded under various code names: Grill Flame, Center Lane, Sunstreak. It involved the Central Intelligence Agency, United States Army Intelligence, and even Defense Intelligence Agency. The experiments continued through the 1980s and into the 1990s, collecting thousands of reports, some wildly inaccurate, others eerily precise. But behind the mystery was an undeniable truth. Every psychic hit, every success story was documented, analyzed, and quietly filed away. In 1995, after more than 20 years, Project Stargate was finally declassified. The official conclusion: there was no clear evidence that psychic phenomena could produce reliable intelligence. And yet, even in the declassified documents, some results remain redacted. Whole pages blacked out. Why? If it truly failed, why classify the data for decades? Why do so many of the program's key reports remain sealed even today? And perhaps the most unsettling question: if the project stopped, did it really end? Some insiders claim the United States didn't abandon psychic research. It privatized it. Others believe the techniques were reclassified under new code names, woven into psychological warfare programs that continue in secret. Remote viewing has since become a topic of pop culture fascination, but the real files, thousands of pages, tell a story stranger than any movie. Ordinary people, trained by intelligence officers, describing targets half a world away, with accuracy that defied logic. So what did Project Stargate really prove? That the mind holds more power than we understand? Or that belief itself can shape perception, even reality? Maybe the truth isn't in what they saw, but in what they were willing to believe. What do you think? Was Project Stargate a genuine psychic breakthrough, or just Cold War paranoia gone too far? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to 0 Hour Files, where we uncover the real experiments that blur the line between science and the supernatural. And to quote Mats Fredriksson, they tried to weaponize the human soul and ended up proving we all have one.